Hi everybody, and it's Invictus Elite Tuition, and today we're going to be going through the subject of improper fractions and mixed numbers and how these things work. As always, I'm going to show you what they look like, then give you a method, and you can have a practice as well. So let's look at what these things look like. An improper fraction, something like 5 over 3, but the important thing is it's a big number on top of a smaller number, and some of you may know these as top-heavy fractions, but if we're going to correctly call it, it's going to be an improper fraction. And we can make from an improper fraction a mixed number, and that's always a whole number and a fraction, and that's why it's called mixed. It's a mixture of whole numbers and fractions. Now it just so happens that in this example 5/3 is 1 2/3. And importantly, I can turn my mixed number back into an improper fraction. So we're going to go through that today, and I'm going to show you that this is really easy to do. So let's just look firstly at the method for an improper fraction. What do I have to do? So I thought I'd just put like a picture representation up first. I've got 5 thirds. I've got thirds and I've got 5 of them. Well, if I had 3 of those thirds, that would make, a whole. It would make 1. What have I got left? Well, I've got 2/3. And literally 5/3 as an improper fraction becomes, as a mixed number, remember it's a mixture of whole numbers and fractions, 1 2/3. But we cannot write out pictures of pi diagrams or whatever we're doing, so we need to have a method of doing it, and this is what we do. So we take our number, our numerator, and we divide it by the denominator, 5 divided by 3. So how many times does 3 go into 5? Well, it goes in once, but there is a remainder of 2. Now what do I do now? Well, I take the whole number, 1, I take the remainder, in this case 2, and I divide it by, well, whatever the original denominator was, and in this case it's 3. Okay, let me give you another example. 15/7, turning that into a mixed number. What do I do? Yes, 15 divided by 7. How many times does 7 go into 15? Goes twice, and there is a remainder of 1. So I take the whole number, I take my remainder, that becomes the numerator, and I divide it by the same denominator, in fact, of 7. So 15/7 as an improper fraction is 2 1/7 as a mixed number. Your go. 13 over 5. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Well, you divide 13 by 5, and that goes in twice. What's the remainder? Well, it's 3. Then we bring these things together. The whole number, 2. The remainder becoming the numerator of my new fraction, and I'll just keep the old denominator of 5. So 13/5 is 2 3/5. So far we've looked at how to take an improper fraction and make it into a mixed number, but how do I do the other bit? How do I turn it back? Well, here's the method for it. I multiply my whole number by my denominator, 3 times 1, and then I add it to my numerator. I'm working in this sort of direction. And what would that give me? Well, 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2. That gives me 5. Put my division sign in, and then I just add in exactly the same denominator as I had before. And that makes my improper fraction. It's as easy as that. Look, I think you can have a go at this point on this one. So what do? Yep, I multiply the whole number by the denominator, 2 times 4, which is 8. Then I add it to 3. Working in that direction, and it gives me 11 divided by, just keep the old denominator 4, and you are done. It's as easy as that, people. You've made an improper fraction. Hey, that was Invictus Elite Tuition, how to turn improper fractions into mixed numbers and back again. I've put some links up here for you. I hope you enjoyed that video.